Let's get to the reviews.
Let's do it. Yes!
I
told you.
Let's talk about Gen V again. So Tyler caught up to episode 4.
And there's a new episode since we talked.
Well, quickly,
Episode
what did you
4.
think of episode 2 and 3?
Well, I mean, I watched 2, 3, and 4 last night. I kept wanting to get around to it this weekend, and I just never did. I just was never in the mood, or never. When I want to watch something like this, I want to be doing nothing else. I want to be watching the movie. I don't want to have my phone anywhere near me because the propensity to look at something on your phone is just too big.
Check
Twitter. Right. So it's like I put my phone away. I might have a snack and maybe something to drink or whatever, but I'm generally sitting in front of my TV concentrating on the show because I want to get everything that it's supposed to be. And so last night I watched 2, 3, and 4, and I just am so I'm trying to think of like how episode 2 was. Episode 4 was basically Tech Night. Episode 3 was basically her going into the woods.
Yeah, because 2 and 3 you learn about
2 was
Sam.
basically them like getting their, it was the aftermath kind of them getting their interviews and stuff, and she got the interview where Jordan asked her to say that she was there but she didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of Jordan's character? Because it's a non-binary character that
So first things first, I didn't know this, but the actress who plays the female version, her name is London Thor.
Huh.
That's fucking badass.
It's a great name.
Right? She's from California. I was looking at the cast and crew and whatever. All the kids in this movie are pretty great actors.
Show.
Huh?
Keep saying movie.
Show. But they're really great actors. Everybody's really obviously good looking because it's Hollywood and whatnot. Again, I'm kind of disappointed Clancy Brown is gone. But I like how you said after the first episode about Patrick Schwarzenegger, and he's been in it a lot, which flashbacks and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah. Because I think he
I
did a
really
pretty solid
like
job,
Sam's
and I want
character.
to see more, you know?
I don't know the kid who plays Sam, but he's really good. And I liked TV's Jason Ritter because I love his dad, John.
Him and a puppet. We're like,
Yeah, I love his dad, John, and I would love it if Jason kind of became that too, like that TV guy. But yeah, I think it was great. I think my favorite character is Emma. I really do. I think she's the most real out of like all of them, if that makes any sense. I can relate to her.
well, I think that whole story, like, it's so crazy because I'm trying to figure like what's my favorite, but I really like all the characters.
I do too,
because this is what I like about it too. Where I said it's less cynical than I even think it's less cynical than the show. Because I was asking, like, do we think it's more brutal or, violent-wise or anything like that? But I think this show is better in character work. Like, I think it's really interesting because it feels like in that world, but it feels so separate because they're not corrupted yet. Like, they're not fucking dickheads like the heroes that we know. Like, they haven't become the Seven yet, so they're not as fucking douchey,
So if you think about it like this, you got Kate and the kid whose polarity's his dad, Aaron or Andre, the kid who works with metal.
I think it's Andre.
So you got Kate, Andre, you got Marie Moreau.
Look this shit up, man.
Jordan.
Come on.
So there's 4 characters basically. And then you have Dean Shetty, and I think that's basically it.
It is Andre. So
you got basically 5 characters.
Well, and Jordan is 2 characters. Well, it's 1 character but 2 actors. Which isn't what?
And then you forget Emma and Sam are there too.
I'm just saying, no, technically it's 5. No,
but what you're saying,
you're right, it is 4.
What you're saying to a degree is very, very true. And if we think about the dynamics of The Boys and we think about the dynamics of this show, The Boys follows about 3 or 4 different groups of people, all with multiple characters in those groups. And so it's hard to focus on the characterization as much. They do a great job of flashbacks and whatnot to explain things and surprise, like, oh, that's my dad, like with Billy Butch or whatever. But this show has an advantage over that one, is that it's set basically in one place, basically, and it's basically got the same 5 or 6 people who we're concentrating on. So that gives this show the opportunity, and the writers and the producers the opportunity to really flesh out these characters more than they ever could on The Boys. And I like what you're saying too, is obviously I think it was episode 4 or 3 or 4, but they were watching the news and they show the news about Homelander's son killing a protester. They showed like Homelander going like this, and it was right before they got to Tech Knight's thing. I think it was episode 4, but they were flipping through channels, whatever. Yeah. But they showed that, so we know that the timeline is around this.
It's in between 3 and 4.
Gotcha. Seasons 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay. And that makes sense to me. And it's just a great way. When we were talking about the Green Lantern Corps, when Zack Snyder was trying to do all that stuff, right? Way
Zack
back
Snyder
in the
wasn't
day.
attached to it, but
whatever.
But they've been trying to do the Lantern things for
right. They were trying to do like an
yeah.
auxiliary TV show, whatever, spin-off, whatever you want to call it. And I've been hearing about the Dune Sisterhood feels like decades. I don't care anymore. Why don't you just dump it all over my shit? Excuse me. But it's rare when a spin-off does well, or rather does something that the original is not doing, or fleshes out the original. One that I can another great example is Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Those two shows, you can watch them both without knowing about the other and be fine. But when you watch both of them in either order, you get so much more about the other one because you have that context. And a lot of times, like with the Dune Sisterhood, I don't think that would have done that for me with the Dune movies, if that makes sense. This does with The Boys. It gives me...
It enhances it.
Yes.
And that's the thing. When this was coming out, and they said that it does have implications. It's in between season 3 and 4, and it does have direct implications in season 4. And people are like, well, now it's becoming what it's parodying and being a satire about. I'm like, yeah, it is, but you can still be a satire on this thing while doing it. And like you said, if it's done meaningfully and it makes sense and story is important and story is what matters, then you can get away with making a spin-off show. And this is better than it. Like, this is so much better than I expected. I had super low expectations for this show.
I had none.
I love The Boys. I think it's great.
Me too. But I was ready to jump in because I love The Boys so much, and it's the same guys.
It's the same people.
I mean, why wouldn't I at least give it a shot?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. When I first started watching it, I watched the first episode, and I'm like, okay, this is, whatever. And, of course, I got sucked in right away. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, I watched the first episode so we can talk about it on the podcast. Wow. Just like Cooper
Focus.
With any sort of food. But having that or whatever...
Give me the damn Reese's cup, man. That's what I wanted. Did I distract you again? Gen V.
Having that,
I
was going to have that, and then just not watch it again, and just be like, it's not for me, whatever. So yeah.
So they introduced Tech Knight in episode 4, which is an interesting character in the comics because he's kind of a sex pest, like he is in this show. It's even crazier in the comic. But also I love how this is kind of a parody of true crime, and those because he interviews every character and he breaks down their character and all this other stuff. But he gets exposed because he has an obsession with just fucking holes. Literally humping holes, and it just says a lot about the writing of this show, where you could be that ridiculous and perverse, but it's still funny and it still works. in the context, because they did a.
Well, he does a really good job of being that character. The acting
But it works.
is,
But that's
yeah,
it
and
works
direction.
the tone.
Right.
It still understands, because it's the same people.
Yeah.
They understand the tone of the series,
Mhm.
and they've built, because they were talking about Homelanders flying in the air, jerking off into the city.
Yeah.
Like, and didn't they actually do it in one of the seasons?
I don't know.
They talked about doing it in the first season. But so my point is, this show, like, that whole ending works because it makes so much sense, and it fits that perverse, weird, twisted world. And
Oh, the whole show. Look, when we find out that the one dude actually uses pheromones to like date rape girls, and she blows his fucking penis up, which, let's be honest, I'm surprised the right wingers haven't come out and been like, "That's woke." Like, listen, all I gotta say is this: if you're a dude and you have your whole thing is drugging women so that you can get laid,
a bad
your
person.
dick
You're
should
evil.
be exploded.
Yes.
And here's the thing, because I have a dick, right after that, and they're arguing in the hallway and stuff, I'm like, hey, that was pretty awful, man. Now his dick's gone. But then I was like, well, good. Because I, like, as a guy, like, I was thinking about, ow, that would really hurt because now you don't have a dick. But also, I don't do that shit. So my dick would be okay. So I'm sorry, Rufus, that your dick got exploded, but you kind of deserved it. I'm surprised no nerdrotic in those fuck faces haven't come out.
They don't cover this show. They won't cover this show.
Why?
Because it doesn't make them money. They make more money
because they're
bitching.
scared of
They
it.
make more money bitching about Ahsoka than they make about doing any of this.
What are
stuff.
they
But I don't want
bitching
to. I
about?
don't fuck them. I don't
We'll
want to
get
talk.
to it.
Hey, I don't want to talk about them.
Hey,
We're not talking about
I
that.
told you not to eat that.
Eat what? Your ass?
Yeah.
My board wasn't on. Pretend that part didn't happen. Rewind. No, not comicsology.
No. Boo! Fuck you.
Yeah, it's, you know what, it really boils down to
Sloppy.
all around. Anyway, Gen V continues to impress me.
Yeah. How many episodes is it supposed to be?
I don't fucking know, Tyler. I think 8. 'Cause I think that's
So we're about halfway through.
Because there's usually like 8 episodes of The Boys regularly, and they're all hour long. So I can.
I was. I will say one final thing. No, I was gonna say something about them killing that janitor, but it's like, look, if you're trying to look for any sort of like realism in this show, I mean,
I also,
you know how we talk about suspension of disbelief?
yeah.
Okay. Now, everything else that's happening in this show, and I'm supposed to, and I can't suspend my disbelief that a random janitor got killed and they're okay with just killing random people to keep their secret.
Yeah.
Like a dude's dick got exploded by some chick's mind.
I also,
And another dude blew himself up in the air.
I gotta respect the amount of male nudity in this series.
Yeah.
A lot more penis than I expected.
Well, it's about time. About time we see more dicks than boobs. Because, to be honest, the way Hollywood is there's a lot of actresses that back in like 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, that have said recently or after the fact that they felt like if they had not done nude scenes, their career, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's happened to a lot of actresses.
Lizzie Broadway, by the way, who plays Emma,
Mhm.
she is great in this show.
She's what?
She's great.
I told you she was my favorite character.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
I love the scene when she's eating and like getting bigger. Like it's just.
The special effects are great. I
you
can't
know what?
complain about them at all.
I will say.
I do think it was funny that Andre left the hole in his
flirty and
dad's
weird,
statue's
but
dick.
Jesus, that's where he hid the recordings. That was great.
Sorry, what now?
Well, the joke that this has got to be Freudian when he rips open the statue of his dad.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, this got to be Freudian. But her relationship with Sam, I think, is interesting and a little flirty. And I like that they're bonding over being weird, especially after what we saw her experience in the first episode, where she doesn't have the self-confidence, and like this guy isn't like, this relationship isn't necessarily sexual, but it is a little flirty, and it's like she's actually getting like positive male interaction where it isn't like, oh, you're the tiny girl. Can you make my dick look gigantic? And again, would not expect that kind of growth in a show with like in the world of the boys, and that's what's so good about this show.
You ask any any human being. I don't want to say just women, but it probably happens more on that side of it, I would say. But you ask anybody if they've ever done anything that they normally wouldn't because they liked somebody and they were like, naked with them,
Yeah.
And because they liked them and this other person said like, I want to do this or I want you to do this. And they're like, that's weird, but I like you. So how could that be wrong? Whatever. You know what I mean? I've done that.
Are we soup kink shaming?
We've all.
Come on.
No, I'm saying that there are a lot of there are a lot of fucking scummy fucking people out there, and you have to be careful, because in the first episode alone, I have a hair on my. I had a dog hair on my microphone. Get your ass to Moss. In the first episode, she's with this guy because he's popular and she thinks he really likes her. And all he wants is for the little tiny girl, you know what I mean? The little super powered, wasp type girl to hang off his dick. Like he doesn't like her. He wants to use her. And the moment when she understands that, when he's like, I think it'd be really hot if you were hanging off my dick, you see her face go from joy and excitement to, oh, this again. And it's such a powerful moment to me because it's just, I don't know. I wish that people wouldn't take advantage of other people. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. This is an interesting show because you're more sympathetic because they're not egotistical. Well, some of them.
Well, young people when you're growing up. I mean, I remember when I was young and in my teens and early 20s, late And yeah, you're unsure of yourself, and there are people who are your age who just are more confident or whatever, but they get you to just do stuff that is against your instincts because you want to help this person out or you want to look cool to this person, whatever. To me, it led to me doing a lot of fucking drugs, and drinking a lot because I wanted. I don't know. But I don't know.
So what's up with that blackout cut to Jordan? Real quick, Jordan. I never get to talk about it. You keep sidetracking me with other great conversation.
Sorry,
you're so good. I love you. What? I love you as a friend. Anyway,
I love you.
Well, that's different with Jordan and is it Marie?
Marie.
Yeah, Marie. They end up in bed together.
Well,
but real quick, Jordan's story. I think that's such an interesting dynamic of making that a non-binary character.
Yeah.
And that whole sequence at the fundraiser, or that the remembrance for Brink.
Think Brink.
Hashtag think Brink. When they have Jordan transform into the male version.
Well, he's the male version the whole time until he turns into the female at the fireplace.
Yeah, and it's at that sad moment of like, clearly Jordan is more comfortable presenting as a woman.
Yeah,
and it's such a thoughtful and well done storyline where you could argue that it's pandering, and some people will say that. Or it's woke or something, whatever. I truly think like it's coming from a good place, and I think it's coming from a place of understanding of like you. And honestly,
it's a great way
to spend most of the time seeing Jordan as a female because that's how Jordan chooses to present themselves. And it is a little sad when the parents are only happy when Jordan is a male, and it's like. I think it's a really thoughtful allegory.
It's a thoughtful way to talk about the experience of being a trans youth or a trans person in general. It's a very thoughtful way of saying like, well, clearly they were born as a male, and then Compound V gave them this power that allowed them to transformed completely. I thought one of the most brilliant sequences was when she's getting fucked like by that dude.
Yeah.
And they're just going to town, you know? Yeah. And I mean, I think we've all had moments where you're talking about something while you're fucking, you know, whatever, but it's so real and visceral, right? And then like
those are my parents are
right, and it's like, holy crap, I gotta like clean a lot of shit up.
Yeah.
Like not just get out of my house or a room because you're a dude.
Stop fucking me.
But I also have to get all this like fucking girl shit into the drawers.
Yeah.
I mean it's a great way to kind of I don't know, I remember a couple of years ago, it must have been now, but Gamma Flight, Al Ewing wrote it was like a mini series about the people trying to find Hulk, and it was Titania, Absorbing Man, and the Wendigo creature. I think it was Rick Jones at the time, and then there was a trans character, and she was a doctor, and it was just a really well done way of talking about body morphology, things like that. There was a character on there who was like irradiate. I can't really explain it. Just if you have a chance, go check out the Gamma Flight limited series from a year or two back. It was a great and brilliant and kind and compassionate and really clever way of talking about what it might be like to be somebody who's trans and to have these feelings and to have these experiences. And if nothing else, it was a great comic book, and it also gave me a lot of appreciation for what people might go through, you know? I mean, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
Nobody, David Cross did a bit a while back about he did this whole bit, and it's like nobody chooses to be gay. Like, okay,
nobody
wait a second.
Choose this.
Right. And it's like nobody is like, oh my God, you guys, like I'm really, really, made fun of in school and everybody hates me and stuff. You know what? I'm going to come out of the closet. I'm going to pretend, I'm going to choose to be gay on top of all that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And he has this, it's a great bit that he does. But it really says it's just a great, I love the show. I'm excited for more. And dude, again, anybody named London Thor, kick ass. That's cool.
What?
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.